Hi, BWW members. This is Michelle Jackson. I'm here with Audrey Snyder to talk about the book of the week, and that book is The Organization by one of our members on this page. And I'm so excited to have her here to talk about her book. I know I mentioned that I was going to start doing this at 500 members, but I decided to get started now because of COVID. As a writer, we are all looking for unique ways to market our work. We are looking for ways to make sure that people are getting the opportunity to learn about what we're doing and why we're doing it. And so it's important that we spend some time meeting our authors and hopefully connecting with them. So today, the organization by Audrey Snyder. Audrey, how you
Hi,
doing?
Michelle. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing this for me today, and glad to be here and glad to share what I can about my book.
Well, as a fellow writer, I know how passionate we are about our work. And I know that so often we are inspired by things that other people don't really understand why we're inspired
Hmm.
by them. And we work so hard. We're up early in the morning. We're going to bed late, all because we want to put out a good piece of work. So this is your second book. Your first book is what I call a memoir. And I loved it. It was about your
Thank you.
experience in corporate world. And so this is your first novel. So tell us about the organization.
Okay. Well, the organization is, let me just start with first how I got started with this, because after my memoir, Worth the Climb, it was so heavy that I needed something fun to do. I enjoyed the writing process and I wanted to write, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I think the hardest thing is picking a genre. I decided I wanted to write fiction, and I'm like, okay, so now what? So I thought about a couple of things, and I thought about what really interests me. And the one thing that really interests me was I watch all these crime shows. And I watched how easily folks get influenced by drugs and the whole crime industry, the whole drug industry. And I thought, it's all about making choices and making decisions. And so I thought, I'm going to write a book about a woman who has a choice. And so I went over in my head and kept thinking about, okay, so how do I get this started? And so I did a general outline of who my characters were and what I wanted them to do. And I started with Angela Hollingsworth. She's a small town newspaper journalist, and a journalist because I'm a journalist. So, and I thought, well, she got her first job at a newspaper. She eventually wanted to become international, well known, but she lived in a small town in New Jersey. And so I thought, okay, so now what? So she lives in a small town and she accepted a job as a fashion design advice columnist. And I thought, okay, well, she's got to do more than that. So, okay, so I'm going to make her travel. So she travels to all of these different exotic islands and places and goes to Paris, trying to gather information for her story and for her column. But what she didn't realize was that she was being used as a mule to carry drugs. And that's where the story gets interesting. So she's dating this guy who is very jealous and wants to find out, why are you going to all these places and why are you doing all this traveling, and what's up with this? So he figures out that there's something that's not on the level, and she finally admits to it. And she says, well, I need help. I don't want to go to jail, and how can I clear my name, and I don't want to be a part of all of this. So she thinks about her old college roommate who's an FBI agent, and the two of them together, once they get back together, they haven't seen each other for 5 years.
And their love
So,
interests, right?
oh yeah,
There's a
so
little
there's a
love
little
there.
bit of
Okay.
romance in there. Yeah, this is suspense drama. So she enlists his help, and they work together to take down one of the biggest crime organizations in New Jersey. And so
So
that's where the story takes
that
off.
is it's an excellent story, and I was so excited to promote the book. I moved to Pittsburgh several years ago, and I met you at a church book affair,
Hmm.
and we've been friends ever since. And
Yes.
it's so great to see that you went from a memoir, which is all in itself very tough to write, to a novel. And
Yeah,
I write novels as well, and I can tell you that the process is very, very difficult. You have to
it
build
is.
those characters, and they have to be characters that are believable. And so
Mm-hmm.
you have to do a lot of research, and you have to pay attention to the details because you don't want to get them wrong, because readers are very smart and
Yes,
they will pick up on those things.
yes.
So that is just so great to see you move from one type of writing to the other, to kind of flex your muscle as a writer. So what made you go into fiction writing? What
I wanted
inspired?
something fun. I wanted something fun, and I thought this could be fun because the memoir was so heavy.
Hmm.
And I would lay awake at night, and things would come to me, and I would get up and write them down, or I'd go in my office and hurry up and type something up. And I was just having so much fun with writing the book. So it was a good choice to do. So this is one of three. So I'm
Okay,
working on the second one now, and I have an outline in my head for the third one.
okay. Well, we don't want a spoiler alert, but does she make out? She's going to make out fairly well in this book, right?
Yeah, she does okay.
Okay.
In the romance section too, she does okay.
All right. That's always good. I love the romantic. I think every story should have romance in it. So
Oh yeah,
that's so
yeah.
great. Tell us about your publishing process. I mean, how did you publish this book?
Well, this one I was going to self-publish because a lot of folks are self-publishing now, but I just wasn't brave enough to do it. So I belong to several different writer groups and critique groups, and so I just talked to a lot of the folks that I know and asked, what they who they publish with and what they recommend. And one of the women that I work with gave me the name of her publisher. So I submitted she's online, which made it easy. So I submitted everything to her online, and she liked it and agreed to publish it.
Great. That is great. And
Now,
how's
the
the
first
marketing?
book,
Hmm.
the publishing was easier for me because I actually hired a book coach,
Hmm.
and the book coach was the one who helped me through the first part of it and also did the publishing and the ebook and everything. So that was easier. This publisher also did the ebook, um, but I'm kind of disappointed that publishers don't really do a whole lot as far as the marketing goes. The marketing's on you. And that's where we need help. As a group, as authors, we
Hmm.
need to be able to market our books.
And that is one of the reasons why I started the BWW page. I think that for initially we were talking about having the page focus on just educating, other writers and potential and aspiring writers. But
Mm-hmm.
now we've opened it up to people who are interested in purchasing Black books, because marketing our work is so tough. You are up against millions of other writers who are
Yes.
publishing on a day to day. And so, you can put it on Amazon, you can have it on, all the different platforms that are out there. But
Mm-hmm.
you, as the writer, you're going to spend a lot of time and energy and effort and money promoting your own work, whether it's on your social media pages or e-newsletters or interviews like this. And so it's important that we have a platform that we can connect with
Yes.
and get out there and talk about our work, because writing a book, man, this is, I mean, it takes a lot
Yes, it
out of
does.
you to do it. And if anybody's writing a book, the one thing that is so tough is just giving that final approval to the publisher, because you know that once it's out in the world, you
That's
can't
it.
take it back.
No.
Right. That's right. So you write it, and you build these characters, and you fall in love with them, and then you rewrite them, and you rewrite, and then you edit
Mm-hmm.
and you edit, and you hire editors as for with to help you, and
Uh-huh.
consultants, and you do all these things because you're so passionate about the work. And then for me, I know with my first book, I had that moment of I just stopped because I became very afraid. And I went, I can't
Uh-huh.
put that out. Oh my God, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. And it took, I was watching something on TV, and I heard someone say, you just have to do it. It was just one of
Yeah.
those, it just, and that's what I needed. And I told the publisher, I told the publishing house at that time, I said, go for it, publish it. So it really is it's hard. It's heart work, it's from
Yes, it is.
It
very,
really is.
yes.
So it's just so great to see you. And I just wanted to remind everybody this week's book is The Organization. You can pick it up by going to the BWW book promotion tab. If that's a topic, click that topic and it will give you a list of our books. There's a post there from Audrey about her book, but it is also on our list of books. And so I encourage you to go out there and purchase the book, ebook, or or the hard copy or the paperback copy. You're going to be purchasing directly from Audrey. You're not purchasing from us. This is not something we're making money off of. This is just our way to help our Black writers stay competitive, as well as continue to write, because you lose your confidence when nobody is out there supporting
Yes,
you. And so we
yes, we
want to
do.
continue to write. We look at these great writers from the past. They all had support groups. They had people that worked with them and helped them to move along their ideas. And so that's what this is all about. So thank you, Audrey, so
Thank
much.
you,
That was
Michelle.
great.
Appreciate it. And good luck with your writing.
Thank
And good
you.
luck with
Thank you.
all of you out there who are writing.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.